So who knew that you could go to a wedding and catch a beat down? Bartiz found out. All right, so this is all about the remaining weddings of Love is Blind Season 3. My name's Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
This is Conversations with the Crawleys, and here we do conversations about faith, family, relationships, and of course we're doing recaps of some of our favorite shows. If this is your first time, welcome to the party. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe, hit the like, request notifications,
and share. And
we'll see you in the comments. Consider becoming a member and checking out the merch store. And again, if this is your first time, where you been?
Come on in, join.
In fact, hit like again just to make sure, because the algorithm must not be working for you. Help us help the algorithm help you. All right. So we left off with a cliffhanger. This is the last episode. We'll do another one that's dedicated to the reunion. Mm-hmm. But I got it wrong. I thought Bartiz was going to say yes. I thought he was going to do what seemed to be a good thing, but he said no.
He said no. Because, right, we already had one down.
Yeah.
SK and Raven said no. Or SK said no to Raven. And now we're like, okay, Bartiz is gonna come through. This is gonna work out with Nancy. He don't want to get a beat down at the wedding, so he's gonna say yes. And sure enough, he changes his mind at the last moment.
Yep.
And obviously she's upset, walks out. He follows. Mm-hmm. Then the mom follows of Nancy.
Yeah.
She's like, my baby. This is my baby.
And remember, mom's a bail bondsman.
And she's like, I birthed her. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure she's okay. I don't want her to think, or him get in her head, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, Mom, I need to talk to him. Let's talk. Mm-hmm. And Bartiz is trying to explain why he decided to say no, and then the mama goes back. Then the brother come out.
Yeah. Now,
or the father comes out. And
I get that they were upset. I get that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that, one, this is what they signed up for.
That's what the participants signed up for.
Love it, leave it. This is what the participants signed up for. And I get that you want to protect your family member. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I get that. But to have that reaction...
It was a little over the top.
No, it wasn't a little over the top. It was over the top. It was just... And Bartiz probably was smart for not trying to take on the whole family.
Right, because he had to calm down.
Yes.
Because you can tell...
It's an emotional thing.
It was getting heightened.
Yeah.
But I understand being there for your child. Mm-hmm. You want to support them. Mm-hmm. But you have to be the level head one and say, this person could say no at the last minute.
Right.
And that I'm not going to get on either party. They just met. My daughter or son is claiming that they want to be a part of this and that they're in love. So either it's not going to work out and I'll be there for them or not. But not, you're going to give me an answer or an explanation.
I don't know you, Jack.
Right, because I don't know what we've been talking about, what they've been into for that.
It would be
like 8 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, it would be different if my child was dating this person for 3 years. And we've invested time, effort. We've had conversations,
I've been over the house.
And then they spring this last minute to say, I don't. We'd have a problem.
Because we all in a relationship.
Right.
Now.
We'd have a problem at that point. But the fact that they said no after what your child signed up for, you can be angry, you can be upset, but this is part of what was signed up for. Mm-hmm. So it's a different dynamic, in my opinion, that didn't garner that response from her family.
I think so. I wouldn't respond that way, but everybody's different. And they kept asking, they wanted answers, and Nancy was like, I need y'all to back up. I need to talk to him. We need to talk and figure out what's going on.
Because again, the relationship was just with him and Nancy. He met the family, but like you said, they didn't have a relationship.
No, they didn't have a relationship.
So I don't owe you. I'm sorry if I was Bartiz. And he kind of said, I don't owe you a response. I don't owe you an explanation. I'm trying to give that to her. If you'd shut up, take yourself back into the room, I can give that to Nancy.
And I still couldn't make out really what he was trying to say.
He couldn't make out what he was saying.
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
No. Now, I'm defending Bartiz as far as the interaction with the family, but his reasoning for saying no,
yeah, because
it's almost like he was like, I'm not ready just yet, but let's see what happens down the road. Let's see if we can maybe continue, and maybe in 3 months, maybe we can revisit it. She was like, no, this is it. You said no. It's no. We done.
Yeah, I got that part. I got her saying, he was like, well, I thought you said you loved me. I did. And when you decided that no was your answer, you said no to our future. You said no to dating me.
Love don't live here no more.
You said no to anything beyond today and this hour.
Yep.
So you didn't think about that.
Yep.
And I totally agree.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to backtrack. I'm not going to be a second fiddle. I'm not going to be around until you can figure out when you signed up for this, you had the ability to ask somebody.
Right.
Now, he didn't have to ask anybody. Nobody was forcing him to propose to any woman on this show.
Yep.
And so for him to back out, where I felt like, wow, they're really having very, I would say, grown-up conversations, really talking about some deep things about marriage. And when he get married, he seemed like he understood, that she would need to have kids in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't want to have to make those decisions that they talked about ahead of time.
Right.
And potentially having a good pregnancy and giving birth to children. So, yeah, I feel like he missed out, really. Looking on the outside, right? I think Nancy's a great person. Mm-hmm. She has a great life set up. She has a great mindset of where she wants to be and set up, and having a partner with that. And she was willing to take a risk because she's like, you know what? I've always dated someone around my age. Mm-hmm. You are like 10 years.
Something like that.
10 years younger than me. And I'm willing to take that risk based off of what you told me.
Right. Bartiz got immature as they exited the pod. In other words, he showed maturity, in my opinion.
I feel like he did.
Once he got outside and breathed fresh air, it was as if the immaturity just latched back onto him. He just became, as the weeks drove on, he became more immature.
Yeah, because it found like certain things, like, being, I would say, superficial.
Extremely.
And feeling like, hey, I could do what I want, whatever, and say what I want.
Because Raven's attractive, but the girl did jumping jacks while you was trying to have a serious conversation.
And you caught
that. That tells you that she wasn't that interested in you.
Yep.
Sorry.
And he caught that. So I don't understand. I don't know if it was just fear. I don't know what it was.
Immaturity.
So she cut it off.
Yep.
And
she like, I'm done.
It.
Yep.
That was it.
All right, next couple. I can't remember who we got next.
Yeah, next was it was Alexis
and Brennan. Yes.
They were next. Now I thought he was going to say no.
I thought she was going to say no.
Really?
I know that we made some predictions. I don't remember what my prediction was. It's been.
I think we were saying.
Since then, but.
I think we were going to say he was going to say no.
Okay.
Because it was more of him integrating into her lifestyle.
True.
Because the daddy already made it clear.
That's true. Yes.
You got to be on the come up, quick.
Yep.
She's used to a certain lifestyle and living a certain way. And if your money ain't matching up to what I was giving her as her father, we're going to have problems.
Especially because that contract, based upon their faith and their culture, was like, even if you mess up, you're still responsible.
Okay.
You break, you buy.
And he's converting to Judaism. Mm-hmm. So to me, it seemed like he was making all the sacrifice.
True. He is.
It wasn't like she had any compromise in the relationship.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
So I thought he was going to be like, you know what? Let me just cut ties right now. Had a different background, bring up whatever. But he said yes.
He said yes.
And she said yes.
And the
Everybody
dad
was happy.
The
He
dad
was
was
crying.
over there crying.
He was crying and taking up the aisle. But, he cared for this daughter. He's like,
Right.
I knew this day was going to come.
Right.
There was going to be a man that was going to be tender and love her. And sometimes you need to find somebody that's going to be different outside of your circle.
Yeah.
So I hope it works well. I mean, they seem to be in it to win it. So
We'll see.
We'll see. So kudos to them.
Yep. So we got one that actually said yes out of this round of Love is Blind. So now we got who else?
Then after that came
Colleen and Matt.
Yeah, Colleen and Matt came.
And if you remember their issue, first of all, y'all said in the comments too that Matt was a little scary in some of his scenes. It was a little controlling, a little red flaggish as far as potential, right? But their issue is their primary thing was that, the attraction that Cole had for her, and she kind of entertained it when she probably shouldn't have, right?
Exactly.
And then him wanting to up and leave and run and basically be like, I'm done, based upon some things that happened within their relationship.
And they're all about her going out, being around other people, her going to a nightclub. Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Because I don't know where you are and you could be in it. Yeah.
So him, dealing with his insecurity because of being cheated on in the past.
And not just cheated on, but she got pregnant by another dude.
Right. I mean, that does make it a little more.
That's a little more. That's a whole other level.
Well, because he's going to try to work it out. Yeah. But there are men that have been with, stayed with their significant other after they cheated and had a baby on them. So it does happen.
It happens.
But he was just like, that's too much for me. I can't do it.
That's a deal breaker for him.
So they say yes. Both of them say yes. I thought he was going to back out, even though she was saying more of she didn't know.
Right.
I thought he was going to back out because he's like, I'm not ready for this.
But he said yes. She said yes.
She said yes, and they were happy.
Their mamas was happy.
Yep.
They good.
They were crying. So I was like, all right.
Okay. So now we got 2 down.
We got 2 down.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Then we had Cole.
And Zanab.
I knew Cole was going to say yes.
Yes.
I wasn't sure about Zanab because on the last fight they had.
I wasn't sure about Zanab, but I didn't know she was going to say no the way she said no.
That girl, she just like kind of threw up on him. She was like, blah. This is all the things I feel like you done to me. Blah.
Because, part of it was she, her family, her mother and father passed away. So she's in the kind of the intro and beginning scene. She's like, oh, I wish my parents were here for this, what have you. No, you don't.
Not if you was not if you about to tell them.
Not what she was about to do. So
you be like, I'm glad they weren't here to see me almost marry somebody.
She read Homeboy.
I was like, what in the world? She
read him like a novel. She read that boy.
I was like, oh, wow. So that's how we doing this. And then her people were clapping. I was like, oh.
And they all rolled out together. It was like, all right, let's go ahead.
Bye, peace.
We're hitting up the Applebee's. Let's go.
Okay. I was like, oh, this is the first. Now, these are 3 seasons. I've never seen a family clap in unison, leave in unison. Mm-hmm. Like, it was interesting.
Now, do you think that she was trying to, maybe not intentionally, but who was it last season that had like the tell-off of Sheikh, the Indian couple?
Oh, the Indian couple.
Yeah,
yes.
I forgot. If y'all
His
remember,
name is Sheikh.
I can't remember what her name is.
I forgot her name.
Depti.
Yes, Depti.
Because Depti kind of read Sheikh at her at their wedding. So
that's true.
I wonder if.
But he deserved it.
Oh, he absolutely deserved it.
Now
Sheikh absolutely deserved it.
He deserved it. This was very unexpected and it's like out of the blue. Because I didn't see Cole.
So it was yes and no out of the blue, because there was the conversations early on about that she wasn't really his type, but he found her attractive. And she was a 9 and those type of things. So there were some things in there as far as maybe his attraction to her, especially in light of Colleen, that we didn't see maybe more of that, but that's kind of what she alluded to in her speech to him, was that you made me question. She said that he made her question her self-esteem and who she was and things of that nature. So from that when she's saying that, then it may not be as unexpected, but it still was kind of like, wow.
To me, it was kind of unexpected.
Okay.
I'm just saying because I was assuming she acted like she got over it.
True.
So if you're going to act like you got over it, then it's over, right? Because
if you've forgiven them, you forgave them.
Correct.
Right.
So, but all this blow up should have been, you should have blowed up at the beginning. You should have been like, I know who I am. If you don't want to be with me, I'll leave right now.
Right.
Like there's things she could have been really saying to get over whatever her feelings were. But she seemed to be like, oh, I'm accepted. Oh, thank you for saying you're sorry. And she act like she was moving on. Yep. So that's why he seemed blindsided and was crying. I'm like, this boy was like crying on grown men's shoulders.
His village came around him, was like, okay, we got you.
You thought he lost his family, like his mom and dad had passed away.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because remember, his family wasn't showing.
Right.
His family wasn't coming. So
his family wasn't coming.
So now he got to have that conversation with mom and dad. Like, y'all can unfollow her on Instagram now.
Right, because she ain't the one. So, they're consoling her. She's like, I had to do it and blah, blah, blah. I tried. And so we were like, okay. And so then after them, that's everybody, right?
That's it.
Those
are the couples, yep.
So we had 2 say yes and 3 say no.
So. All right, so that's it for this one. Definitely make sure you are liking and subscribing and request notifications, because we also have one that is dedicated solely to the reunion for Love is Blind Season 3. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.